From Rudolph to Scott Calvin to John McClane, the nerds are jingling all the way to December the 25th as they present to you NERDMAS. NERDMAS.
The name's Duke Nukem, and you're watching the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast. I don't know why, but you are.
What's going on, nerds? And welcome to this week's episode of NERDMAS. We're going live on a Thursday because of on a Wednesday because Thursday I'm kind of busy. So we're doing it tonight.
AJ,
yes.
I have been home for 2 weeks.
Okay.
I have not left my house for 2 weeks.
Sounds like a problem.
I know what the days of the week are based on when my husband and Ethan are working.
Oh, I don't like where this is going. The days just mixed together?
Dude, I've been home. I'm aware the days mixed together.
Okay, the work days mixed together?
I thought yesterday was Monday.
See, I'm not the only one, so bite me.
I thought today was Thursday, but again, I have an excuse. I've been home for 2 weeks. I don't have a normal schedule.
So what's going on, James?
Not much, just chilling. Got the world behind me.
I could see that, and for the first, couple minutes, they had the Nutcracker logo over your head from last week.
So, AJ, I have a question for you.
If you ask where the gore is, I'm going to smack you.
You'd have to drive here to do that, so I'm safe for a little bit.
I will go full Liam Neeson. I will find you.
And
I will harass you.
Premises before you get here. Then you have to find me.
It's not that difficult.
I would like you to define gore.
See, I thought gore was a lot of blood, because when I was reading up on this movie, it said blood and gore, rated R, 111 minutes. Oh, okay. What did I send to Susie? Hey, watch out, blood and gore, just in case Will was home.
Actually, you didn't tell me about the blood. You said, hey, FYI, this has a lot of gore in it.
Literally going off of what I read. And then there's a lot of blood. Not really a lot of gore. There's some impalement.
I'm going to call it glore from now on.
Gore?
You said glore.
I don't have alcohol. This is not good. I don't have alcohol to deal with your shit. But James, before we go on any further, everybody look at your screen for a second.
There's not enough alcohol in the world to deal with my shit.
No, but James, another stellar background, cover art, thumbnail, whatever you want to call it today.
You told me to look at your screen, to look at my screen. I'm like, all I see is a black guy.
He's talking about himself doing this.
I never put it in portfolio mode so I can see everybody. I just only see me.
Oh. Okay, because I see all of us. I didn't know there was other modes, and I'm like...
I am laughing so hard I'm crying.
I'm trying to figure out where, does my hoodie make me come across? Never mind. That's
like your fight.
Okay, so let's talk about this movie that came out in 2022, December 2nd, 2022. So, very significant date
a year
of December 2nd. Silas's birthday, Jocelyn's birthday. It wasn't baby Evie yet birthday, but December 2nd. It had a budget of $20 million, and it made at the box office 76.6 million. So, made money. David Harbour is one hell of a Santa Claus. And unfortunately, we're probably not going to see a John Leguizamo bad guy anymore because he kind of gets ripped up through a chimney. If you know,
Mr. Scrooge got
you know.
screwed.
I did appreciate that they brought back the touching of the nose for Santa going up the chimney. I missed that in the last couple of Santa movies.
There were so many like Santa callbacks to this.
Yeah.
And you know,
I need
throw
to find.
nail on the head. You know, oh crap, Macaulay Culkin, Home Alone. Also, ow. If it hurt me when the dude stepped on the nail, it very much hurt me when it went through his dick.
He didn't step on the nail.
In Home Alone, he does.
In Home Alone, he does.
Here, it just
step on a nail.
It
She actually was so smart. She cut through the board, so it broke when he put his weight on it.
But there's so much there. It's rated R. Like I mentioned, there's a lot of blood.
I found a new use for a sledgehammer.
James was just saying that before we went live. Oh my god. But let's get right into the meat and potatoes of this movie. What was everybody's favorite kill? Kill on bad guy, not kill on idiot who runs outside. I don't know what's going on, and he just turns into Swiss cheese.
So
Dumbass boyfriend.
I know my favorite, but I want to see if AJ can guess my favorite.
Your favorite or the most disturbing?
My favorite.
Was yours John Leguizamo's going up the chimney with him? Oh, that was James's? I don't know what yours is, because mine is the star to the eye and then electricity fire.
So mine is actually the Home Alone reference.
Oh! Okay.
With all the bowling balls, because my roommate can attest for this, Ethan. I watched him go thunk with the nail through the chin, and I was like, oh, that's gotta hurt. Okay. Watched him get the bowling ball, and I was like, dude, don't get up. That's a lot of blood. You're gonna bleed out. And then nail, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, you're done. We're good. I was dying of laughter that whole
There
thing.
was so much funniness in the...
Yeah.
Is that the right English language?
That's close enough for you.
Okay. Before we get to that, James, why was the Leguizamo one going up the chimney your favorite? Because he just comes up to the top of it just holding the chest cavity. It was like, huh.
Because one, I'm going to be honest with you, I laughed really, really hard, maybe a little bit harder than I should have at it. And also on record, if I ever watch the movie, I will just go up and away.
I hate you. You know, the star one was my favorite because it just doesn't, you know, he's not dead. Oh wait, what happens if I flick this switch? But back to what I was saying before that, when I completely went off script for a second. There was so much funny in this movie, and there's so much heart in this movie, and there's so much blood in this movie. What, Susie? What did I do? Don't shoot. I'm American.
We have a script?
In my head, I kind of do.
Oh
okay,
God,
could you not
that.
share that with the rest of us?
No,
So,
I
like,
don't.
my mouth opens, things come out, and I'm sorry.
You're sorry for the shit that comes out of your mouth? Because that's a first.
Most of it. A lot of it today I'm going to be very, very sorry for because I have very little socialization.
Your best friend is a baby.
My best friend literally is a baby. I've been attached to a baby for 2 weeks.
It's going to be like that for the rest of your life, so.
That's fine. I can pawn her off on Uncle AJ whenever I want, so we're good.
It's okay. I get to give her back. Here's a bunch of sugar. There you go. Here's a Pepsi stick. If you don't know what those are, it's like literally a gigantic thing of sugar.
I know what pixie sticks are. I'm just.
Well, you're old, so I don't.
You're only doing pixie sticks? I'm going to do gummy bears and gummy worms.
I'm with James.
Swedish Fish, baby. But what do you guys think of David Harbour playing a Santa Claus, like the legit Santa Claus?
Okay, so because AJ is very well aware of the fact that the first thing that I noticed about watching Violent Night is the fact that David Harbour was in it. Now, you know anything about David Harbour, he plays one of the main characters in Stranger Things. So I know him primarily from Stranger Things, where he plays a sheriff. And then I got to see him in Black Widow, and that was phenomenal. But to see him in this, to play Santa,
Mhm.
and not even to play like the holly jolly, like ho 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 Santa that we all know and love, but to play the, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. Maybe I'll quit. I don't know why I'm doing this anymore. To rescuing a little girl. I'm sorry, my mind was
That
blown.
little girl stole the movie for me.
This movie was so phenomenal. I don't think they could have picked a better actor to play Santa. He was freaking amazing. End of my David Harbour rant. You're good. James can go now.
You kind of stole what I was going to say. It was great. Like, I was like, listen.
Especially after you watch him like in so many like really good roles, and he like just delivers. Like he continually delivers.
He knows how to play a strong father figure who's willing to do anything and everything to save the day.
Yeah.
Even in Gran Turismo, the racing movie that just came out. Freaking phenomenal in that too. As a father figure, but yet a coach and a... But I love how he plays it, like how Susie said, like so sick of this bullshit. Ugh, skim milk. Oh. But then they give Trudy the walkie-talkie. Talk to Santa Claus, and there's the MacGuffin right there.
Yeah.
And he hears it, he grabs it, and she's helping him get through that house and save the day, rain, hell, fuck shit up, whatever you want to call it.
Some holy justice.
But I really thought this was a very cleverly good movie. I was expecting it to be shit. Not joking, I thought it was going to suck. Usually movies like this are going to suck. It's a Santa Claus Christmas 1980s action movie.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And like I said, I am very surprised how much heart hit it has, because he goes from I'm sick of this bullshit, I'm done, to I like what I do.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a certain part of this movie that I know James absolutely loved, and it's the backstory of Santa Claus. James, we were talking beforehand. I'll let you go right for it.
Nicomanda Red. Like, I don't care when anyone says that is Santa's now official name for me every single time I talk about him.
He's dripping with blood. Every time they cut to that, he is dripping.
It just reminds you of like any single time you have that one character in anime who's very happy and he has like a really barbaric name, and it cuts that scene of him just grinning, and you're like, oh, he's here to fuck shit up.
He wasn't just here to fuck shit up. He stuck around and completed to fuck shit up.
He really decked the halls, as we were saying before.
Silent night, violent
night.
There were so many puns in this too.
So AJ,
I didn't do it.
What did you think about the nice twist where the son stole the money?
I mean, it kind of explains why he wanted to get out of there that night. I was kind of surprised in a way, but they kind of set it up to think that it's not the idiot sister, and it's definitely not the idiot sister's husband. So it kind of had to be the father. And Here, it's my favorite bottle of whiskey. And a note. About that note, I stole all your money. Goodbye. And that's kind of what he was betting on, to be gone and not sticking around.
And the fact that the mother was proud of him for doing it.
I mean, she even said, in this line of work, you need to be ruthless, and you were ruthless.
Yeah.
So for the people that are on the Nerd and Proud Facebook group page, I put up that photo that we put up in the same Nerds group, rate this movie. 15 people gave this movie 5 out of 5. 3 people, 4 out of 5. 2 people, 3 out of 5. And 2 wonderful people that just thumbed up the post. So a lot of people seem to really like this movie.
Yeah. So we were talking about like different iterations of Santa Claus, and I was trying to find, and I can't say that I've watched them all, but if you were to pick your 2 favorite Santa Claus movies, which ones would you pick and why?
Good question, because one of them I know people really don't like for the motion capture and stuff like that, because that's where the Uncanny Valley really started coming into its own, like it's very in its like infant stage. And my first one is Polar Express,
Mm-hmm.
because I think that version of Santa Claus is very wholesome and tells, all you need to do is believe, and, there's a lot of sentiment behind the movie and book.
Yes, I like the book better than I like the movie, but the movie's grown on me over the years, so it's like it for Polar Express for me is a mood thing.
And the second one I think has to, for at least me, probably the first Tim Allen Santa Claus.
Fine. James?
For me, it would be the original Year Without Santa Claus, the
Yeah.
building of him. Yeah, that one always won me over because that was the first one I was introduced to as a kid with my father. And my second one, not the copy there, AJ, but Tim Allen. Because why not? The man was great in the role. Jolly
Yeah.
was someone.
He actually has a really good TV series out now. This
Mhm.
Santa Claus is.
It's still
For me is one that I never realized that how much my mom and I watched that was technically like direct to video and not like released anywhere. Because I'm pretty sure that the one that's my favorite that it literally is not played anymore, like ever, is The Life and Adventures of Santa Claus, which came out in the 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
And James just made a face.
I'm like, holy shit, I remember that. I remember.
Like I had to go find it because what it's about, it's a story of Santa Claus growing up, making toys, but he's raised by a lioness, and he lives in the forest of Jersey. So like that is one version of Santa Claus that I love. And I mean, one of my favorite things to do as a kid, and I still do it. My mother's constantly finding me new versions of Santa Claus to read. I love reading different iterations of Santa Claus. I actually have a favorite book that's called, I believe it's called Claus. Really freaking good book though. That one I will highly recommend. And
Yeah.
then I think my other like Santa iteration, I would have to say would probably be a tie between the Santa Claus and Violent Night.
Really, this shot up your list?
Yeah. Like I can't just kick the Santa Claus off because it's OG. Like I grew up with it. It came out when I was a kid. Like that is the Santa Claus I grew up with. But like this Violent Night, like the iteration that David Harbour brings to Santa Claus, I can't just dismiss that like out of hand. So I feel like he's right up there with Tim Allen. So
I mean, David Harbour literally embodied like Santa. Well, granted, a drunken Santa Claus, but Santa Claus, like within the first 5 minutes, here's your present. Yeah.
yeah.
She's smiling the whole time as she's getting puked on. She's into some kinky shit.
I mean, you would be too if you found out that Santa Claus was real.
He's not?
We don't know. It's one of the magics of Christmas.
I don't know. I definitely have seen him for about 30-ish years every day of my life.
But we love your dad.
Oh, and he looks like fucking Santa Claus. Have you seen
He
those
does.
photos?
Mm-hmm.
It's
He
scary.
does.
Like,
Not that
legit, it's scary to the point where Chris, when he was like 2 or 3, he's like, I know you.
See, if my dad put on the weight and his beard actually turned white,
Mhm.
my dad totally pulled off Santa. Because he has the beard.
So, do we got anything else left?
I don't think I told you what my most disturbing one was.
Oh, I don't think we answered any of those. Okay, fine, Susie. What's your most disturbing one?
The chimney.
You know how painful that probably was?
That's why it's disturbing.
He's like, I'm going in as a full body. I'm just coming out as a torso. And it's raining blood for about 10 seconds afterwards.
That was the only one that it wasn't like, for me, it wasn't gross, but it was like, how? Explain physics. The rest of them, physics can explain.
I mean,
that would explain physics.
Well, they played it off to the point where even he doesn't understand some of the magic. So
I know, which is so perfect.
James, which one was your most like? Ugh? Yeah.
It was the chimney.
So it's your favorite, and it's
that was the most Mortal Kombat shit I've ever seen in my life.
Mortal Kombat. Santa Claus is the new DLC character.
I can see it. I can see that.
Honestly, mine had to be when the dude's walking up to the attic.
Oh.
Because that happened, and I went, oh. I'm
just laughing the whole time that happened.
Just sitting in my car on break, and I'm just like, I can just imagine if somebody else was in that parking lot. I was like, what's going on with that guy? And I'm just like, oh, God. It's just piss and blood. So yeah, I think next Tuesday we're gonna have a special episode.
Tuesday.
Well, none of us are home Monday.
No, but we can do it we can do it Tuesday. That's fine. We'll do it. We'll do it the 26th.
I was gonna say because
Christmas special.
Because I'm busy tomorrow. Friday we're going to see a movie. Saturday we're at your Jess and I are at your house. Sundays. I'm sorry, you said what now?
I'll tell you after.
You're having me go get the cannolis.
Yes, I am. You're closer.
How the fuck do you figure?
You're in Wallingford.
Why? There's a place in Wallingford that you want me to get them from?
There's a couple places over that area.
Why do I feel like you're sending in the order, I'm just picking it up?
Possibly.
And then I have to store it in my fridge for a night.
Yep. I am the spoon of Satan.
Why do I just... It's like, here's her head, here's my head. You've got mail.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, everybody. We're going to be doing Spirited on the 26th because, yeah, we're going to be busy like crazy the next couple days. So we're going to do Spirited. I think it's on Apple.
It is on
TV?
Apple TV. And I will clearly be celebrating my first Christmas with my baby. So,
Well, you are. I don't think it's celebrating with you yet.
put some balloons on her feet. It'll be fine.
You're so bad. You're so bad. This kid is so fucked. How dare you bring a kid into this world in our friend group? Do you know how screwed it is?
It just means it's gonna have an amazing sense of humor. She'll know how to use sarcasm, and she'll know how to use her swear words correctly.
And she'll have a magic card in her back pocket. Just bam!
Yeah.
My dad said to play this when you're being an asshole.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's not good. All right, everybody. Well, thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you've enjoyed Nerdmas to this point. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the Nerds Do Nerd Things YouTube page. Follow the page on Facebook for all updates, fun videos. James is literally one of the biggest contributors to our group page, especially with his Pokemon post literally 20 minutes ago while we're fucking recording this.
James, you're pulling a me. Stop it.
Yeah, don't be an ass.
I can't help that. That's in my DNA.
Exactly. I'm sorry. He's got you there.
So Tuesday we're going to be doing Spirited. I know it's going to be a day after Christmas, but then Thursday we're doing our year-end review, and I think we're also talking about the Mario movie, the same show.
Yep.
Sweet. And there's James is like, shit, I got to draw the Mario movie. Fuck.
No, I just realized what Spirit it was. Will Ferrell.
Ryan
Deadpool.
Reynolds.
Yeah.
Good.
I only saw half the movie because I was working on my cosplay in July and like that was playing it and like I paid half attention.
Get on it. I need you to watch the whole thing.
I don't have Apple.
I will give you access.
Cool. At Apple, they will keep Doctor away.
That's not the only thing keeping a doctor away. All right, bye everybody. We'll see you
Before this gets any worse.
before people start turning into accessories.
Push the button, AJ.
Bye.
From Rudolph to Scott Calvin to John McClane, the nerds are jingling all the way to December the 25th as they present to you NERDMAS. NERDMAS.